Hey, so lots of stuff is happening right now. I just recorded a video with Svein and Martin from Tabletop Battle in Norway about the Norwegian nationals, and now I'm recording one about the Canadian nationals. All of it going on right now, lots of bold action to follow along with, and we hope to have results from both of those tournaments very soon. However, right now I want to show you what is happening and, my usual meta takeaway. So this is it. The Canadian Nationals 2025. Here we have the very lovely Canadian leaf shape trophies with the best minor, best axis, best field marshal, best allied, and best appearance. So the event itself is 1250. You can only take 4 platoons maximum, and you have to take a maximum of 18 order dice. They're playing 5 games and 20 players have signed up. This is the biggest nationals in Canada. It is possibly even the biggest Canadian event so far, which, puts Canada on the map, which I'm very happy about since I have been to Canada and played games there. So very happy to see you. I hope to see a Canadian team at one of the World Team Championships, either the World Open War or the WTC, possibly in Denmark next year. So please continue on your journey to becoming a great nation for bold action. It's really cool to see that. What we're seeing for this tournament is that a lot of people are picking Germany. 7 out of 20 are picking Germany. There is 4 each of the Soviets and the UK, which is a little bit of surprise to me because at least in the European meta, the Soviets have dropped down a bit in popularity. The Brits haven't as much, but different folks, different strokes. And then there are 2 Italians and 2 Japanese. Love that some people are still trying out Japanese. I don't think that they will do well, but I hope they do. And finally, there's 1 American list. What about order dice? Because that's one of the things that typically changes up from local meta to local meta, and it does so again here in Canada. So the range band is from 9 order dice at 1250 to 18 order dice. Most people take 18, which I think is very sensible. At 1250, you can easily get to 18. I would struggle to make a list that's lower than 16 at 1250 order dice. I'm not doing that, and I'm not seeing it as competitive. But a lot of people are trying it out, and I think that there might be something there because people are actually, going out and trying to get Death Stars to work. The main problem, of course, being that you have very low order dice, which means that you can't set the pace of the game. You become reactive. The average order dice count is 15.4, which is a little low for European meta, but not massively so. If we're looking at builds, I'm seeing very, very few company commanders. There's only 3 that I could spot, but lots and lots of Death Stars, so heavier tanks. I see 9 tanks that are 9+ or more, which I term Death Stars, right? And I think this is a product of the order dice cap with the very high order points. You have to invest some of all those points in something. There is some mech, but not massively much. There is some observers where people have taken 1 or multiple observers, either the air observers or the artillery observers, mostly, of course, British observers, but there's also an Italian list that has double observers. There's some gun lining going on, but not a lot. And the MSUs or multiple small units or infantry hordes or barbecue, which are other builds you could potentially make, it's very rare. It's like 1 a pop, more or less. And assault units have more or less completely left the meta. At least assault builds are just gone. No one brings them anymore, except maybe me sometimes. But for Canada, for the Canadian Nationals, nope. So what are my predictions? And here I have to admit, I don't have the names for everyone here. I got all the lists, but about half of the lists didn't have names on them. So I actually don't know who the owners of these lists are. If anyone knows in the comments, please down in the comments. But I think potentially one of these 5 lists could do well. But again, the huge caveat is mostly it's just good players that win and not good lists. So, and I'm only evaluating this on lists. But I think Robert, with his 18 order dice Italian, mechanized, double artillery observer and armor, that could do well, because you land your artillery strikes and then immediately follow up with the armor and the mechanized infantry, right? That's just a good way to go about winning. Then we have one list, I don't know the owner, but it is a Soviet list, a 17 order dice. It's what I term greatest hits. So someone picks out, everything that's good in the Soviet list and then adds on flamethrowers, which is a nice addition to many lists if you can get them up and running. The flamethrowers, of course, in V3 have been nerfed, but they are still an excellent weapon that can clear out most other units. They're just a little bit more glass cannony now. Then we have Andrew with his 18 order dice Italians. Mixed bag, I'd say, like a little bit of everything, and armor. And because he has a high order dice count, you can basically see what I'm going for here, right? I don't go for things that are below 16 order dice. I don't think that can work. I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong, but that's just what I'm seeing so far. So I'm picking orderized lists that are 16 to 18 basically, and have a good selection of units. Now the next one might surprise somebody because it's a Death Star list. Again, I don't have the name, but there's a 16 orderized German list that has a company commander, that have other panzers, and then it has a Death Star heavy German tank. I like that list because it has the element of something heavy that can go out and kill stuff, but at the same time, it is very, very high on order dice compared to other Death Star lists, which is what you need, right? And the company commander will keep those panzers moving every single turn. The final list, again, no name, sorry, is an 18 orderized German list, which is depends on which tables, but if this player gets a little bit of open tables, he is going to be absolutely deadly. If he's clever about his angles, he is also going to be very deadly, because it's a gun line that has infantry that's camping, and then it's supported by armor Stummels, which has all those lovely light howitzers, right? I think the winners could be in these 5. We shall have to see. Good luck to everyone going. My main takeaways is that the meta of... Sorry, this is not it. That is for Norway. That was my main takeaways. Anywho, so basically my main takeaways is that the meta of Canada has a lot of Death Stars and low order dice, and I don't think it will work, but I am willing to be proven wrong. Right. Thank you so much, Paul, who sent me all the lists, and to everyone going, good luck. Sorry that I didn't do a meta takeaway, but, it's pretty much what I said in my winners. And, yeah, that's it for me. Good luck during the weekend, and I will get back to you with the results. Cheers.